We taping. I've got an email off a grown man, an adult, which begins, "Hiya." Fucking hell's teeth. And this fella wants me to spend money with him. That's right, he's a male prostitute. Just kidding. It's your Max Doom show for Friday, I want to say it's 29th. Friday the 29th of Jan's Tag. The day after Pigford. Pigford bad. Well, looks like I was right about Pickford, because it's not the goal particularly he let in with his cat flap hand, although that's not good. The way he dove to give away a corner is interesting, but also he's got this thing where he dives like he looks like a, what do you call those fellas who jump out of planes, like a skydiver, and he flings himself across the across the goal for something he's either got no chance of getting or is going wide or something. He did one yesterday as well. Anyway, he's if you're saying that, he's good except, or he's doing this except, or something is good, but it's like if you get some clobber, you order some garment off that internet, and you're convincing yourself it's any good. You know instantly if it's any good, and it's the same with this. If he's like, I can't remember. I probably said this before because I'm so clever, but he's like Darren Peacock used to play for Newcastle, and he'd make one fuck up. He'd play brilliantly and then cost them a goal every game. And I'm not saying Pickford does it every game, but he's always likely to do it. And I know most of them are likely to fuck up as well. And when they do, it's quite likely to lead to a chat. Who cares? Honestly, it's only a fucking game. Anyway, I think they got away with it last night, but on the other hand, Leicester are really good. Leicester, what is that, British? Leicester City. They're really good. They got two fellas who, they got Maddison, who's good, and they've got two other fellows. I don't know what their names are, but they might be foreign. I don't know, but they're sort of they're probably strikers. They certainly play high up the pitch, and they're real constant fucking moaning the whole fucking time. But they're really good. That they pass it well. That's the entire team, not these two foreigners coming over here driving our bloody buses. But yeah, anyway, who cares? It was 3 days ago by the time you're listening to this. 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago. Where has the time gone? Up your mum's cavernous hole. Anyway, so what are you gonna do? They have got Newcastle United, can't do the accent, on at the weekend, and I strongly think they will win, and that'll be that. Although what's his face, the England manager Southgate, was at the match. I don't think that's essential travel. The match was on television. I watched it illegally. So yeah, Mr. Briefcase, explain yourself. On other Everton related fun, Godfrey, Alex, what's his name? Is it Alex Godfrey? I'm going to look him up. Godfrey Everton. Godfrey Everton parents. Oh, isn't his dad a former rugby player? Godfrey. Yeah, professional. Anyway, is he is he white? It doesn't matter. I'm just curious. I don't know if he is or he isn't. I feel I'm more likely to criticise him readily if he's a white fella. But he reminds me of what's the episode of Seinfeld where Elaine is dating this dude and she thinks he's mixed race, but he's not. He's just some white fella, and he thinks she's Spanish. And I'm an eighth Jewish, so I can say this stuff. Anyway, is he? Isn't it? I don't know. So has it been established? I'm just curious. That's all. He's very good at football, which is all that matters. But you know, it's still at the back of my mind. I like to tick things off. You know, I like very clear delineation. Either way, he's barely put a foot wrong since he's moved or switched, as I call it, to left back. Because when he played right back the other week, he was a poor, or the other month he was terrible. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Answers on a postcard for that one. Now, I've more locally. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? I got that. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's who that is. Well, this will make much more sense if you watch it on YouTube, like upwards of 4 other people have done up to now. Anyway, domestically, there's been a breach and somebody's adjusted the toaster setting without sign off from the commission. And now it's to be fair, it might be. I'm turning around. It's made by our good friends at Dualit. Dualit. Some knucklehead on the internet recommended it. It cost about 70 quid, I think. Let me tell you something. The dial, the temperature dial, is too fucking. It's too sensitive. If you touch it, if you go, all the buttons. Right, I'll have to pick this thing up. All the buttons. If you're watching it on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. But the buttons are to the northeast of the unit. So it's got that snow button and the. I don't know what that one is. It looks like it's a thing you throw in the sea when somebody's drowning. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a circle of some. Anyway, nobody ever uses them, and it's got this like that thing for testing the toast and for putting the toast in, and then it's got the dial. You can just hear there, and the dial doubles when you do this. You get that? As the pop-up. Now, in order to test the doneness of the toast, you've got it's a peak. I think it's called a peaker. So you lift up. It's the thing that you use to push the toast in, but you can just lift it up without pressing the button and going through a full. Then you got a full reset. So as everybody knows, if you put the toast on and then you're halfway through the cycle and your bottle goes and you press the button to pop it up, then say it's only half done, well, you've got to put it back in. But if you leave it in for the same amount of time, because it's already hot, now it's hotter, then you're going to burn your toast. God, I'm just thinking about it, it's giving me palpitations. And so this one, part of its thing is it sells itself on, you can peak. So you can just lift it up in the cage, excuse me, without going through the whole. You don't have to start the whole program again. So, in order to do that, you have to reach around the right and the eastern side of the unit and put your hand low and then lift. So then your hand is low, and like all real men, I've only got small hands. They're quite exquisite. And in doing that, you can quite often catch the dial for the temperature of the toast. Now I'm going to be kind and say that the wife has done. That's what's happened. She's ham-fistedly just gone flying in, and she's not. Anyways, but whatever's happened, it was on 7. Fucking 7. Jesus Christ. Now, I sometimes get the fancy bread. Well, sometimes I get it every week. And it requires 2 full runs through the toaster on 5. 5, and I would say 5 3/8. And this isn't... They don't mark out the 8s on the dial. This is just, I consider myself a craftsman. So what you do is, and the other thing, it's not big enough. The slots are. This is a long loaf. This loaf would be, what is that one? I don't know. 10 inches, maybe 8. Anyway, so what you do is you put it in one way, let it run the cycle, pop it up, flip it. I can't remember what point is it. Oh yeah. But all my morning calculations depend on this being in place. I haven't got time to be farting about with toasters in the morning. Anyway, so yes, it's on 7, not 5 3/8, which is what I like. So I have to fucking get it, but it's like fucking cracking a safe, trying to get the thing. It's almost fucking endless. It's just a little bit. The point being, for me, if Dualit are listening in future, I think your key elements to the toaster, so that we're talking specifically the dial, should be in a lockable compartment. So then there will be no such thingy. Anyway, fucking hell, that went on a while, didn't it? Moving on to politics. Go politics. And everyone's favourite, the European Union and the Brexit stuff and the fucking hoo-ha. Now, I was ready to live and let live on Brexit and on the EU, because I'm a reasonable fellow. I hate most countries and races. I don't exclude, but I think live and let live, and how people vote shouldn't be. How people vote on one particular issue shouldn't define them forever. People own it, live with it. You did this. People don't say that to the legions of Tories. Well, maybe they do, but not on Twitter anyway, which is what I'm talking about. Because in real life, nobody gives a fuck. It's all people honking away about they've got to pay an extra 20% on their coat. Oh fuck! I've just ordered something off fucking some European bloody company. It's 80 quid. I'm gonna have to pay 20% on top of that. Fuck, bastards. Anyway, I was generally this idea that the EU is some socialist fucking paradise of workers' rights is fucking absolutely preposterous. It simply isn't. Broadly speaking, UK workers' rights are better than those laid out by the EU, but that's neither. I mean, if you want to hear what they think of fucking workers, ask the Greeks, and the Danes with the fucking the steel work and the buyback and all that to do. They weren't no friend of the workers then. Oh no, siree, they weren't no friends. But This thing about the crisps, oh my fucking God, if they're going to be holding... Because we've got none. I've gone there, that's another thing, you know, I'm going into the cupboard, I want a sandwich, and then I think I'll treat myself, I've got a few days to myself at home, and there's no fucking crisps. Anyway, so long story short, it must end. The crisps thing is just... Whatever needs to be done, kill whoever needs to be killed, is my advice to the EU. And I'm going to wade in on the vaccine. I haven't read any of it. I haven't heard any of it. I just saw the headline. But, you know, first up, best dressed doesn't seem fair in this particular, you know, because the pandemic, I think it's bad news. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of pandemics in general. Pandemics that mean I can't go pub or stuff. And yeah, that was the other thing. What's his face? People ragging on the Eat Out to Help Out thing. It wasn't fucking compulsory. Nobody was forcing anyone to go. I didn't go because I kept forgetting, but I was going out, you know, whenever I could. Anyway, they're obviously just going to let the thing eventually run riot through the entire world, and we'll see who's left standing. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but if they said we'll return everything to normal, but 1 million people will die in the UK, you'd want to see a list of names, wouldn't you, before you signed up either way? You know, there's an argument for it's just a joke, incidentally, before you phone up my work. Like a big fucking baby. Okay, and now into relationship news. Well, it's not really a relationship, but I received some bad news the other day about a former favourite of mine, the lovely Krisin Scott Thomas, who's from Cornwall, apparently. I didn't know that. Why would I? She was the great-great-niece of the polar explorer Captain Robert Falcon Scott. Fuck off. Yeah, it would never... Anyway, it can never be, because she, the other week... In fact, it was ages ago, in May, she turned 60. And I'm afraid 60 is my cut-off point for ladies at, you know, poke. It might seem like an arbitrary figure, and it is to a degree, but, you know, what we've seen with the pandemic and the government's appalling response is people need hard boundaries, you know, and I'm saying 60, out, 59 and 300 and whatever days, we could talk. But, you know, no, because it sounds a bit rum, I know, but broadly speaking, as they get older, you know, with the bodies and that, you know, it's even the ones who do their duty and have surgery and what have you, you know, they it's like a wet phone book. I don't want to get involved in that. And, you know, to be fair, the wife knows. I'm not told her about the wet phone book bit. But by the time she hit 60, I would be, all things being equal, she's 60 in December. I'd be 66, coming on 67. And I'm fairly sure I won't be interested in any of that stuff when I reach that age. So I'm sorry to Kristen. It can now never be. There was someone else as well. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody. I don't know. Maybe it was Jan Francis or somebody. Anyway, so that's it. So she's out. I think that's it. I'm just checking my little notes here. This isn't just thrown together. So hopefully, if you've watched it on the YouTube, you will see the excellent film I've shot. A couple of bits of video. Actually, probably the same bit. I can't remember off the top of my head. and some damned fine pictures of my toaster, Krisin Scott Thomas. That's a good one. And the crisp. I was going to do a picture illustrating the Is Godfrey White thing, but on balance, I've decided I don't think I'll do that. That bit was just a joke, so don't get all fucking knickers in a twist. You can ask these things, you know. Like I say, I'm an 8th Jewish, so I think I know about prejudice. So that's your Max Doom show for this week. Of this fortnight, it's every other week, because I'm a lazy fat fuck. Thank you for listening, and ciao.